Our timelines actually represent a sequence of events that have been influenced by things that have occurred in the past, by the decisions, the choices that we make, by the beliefs. All of those things create timelines that shape our experiences. So in order to get into a new timeline, we have to change. We have to begin to examine our choices and beliefs and understand that they play like a crucial role in determining what direction, where we're going to go, whether we're going to stay on a timeline or we're going to evolve beyond it. So remember, we are always the master creator, right? And we have to keep this in mind over and over and over again. And that's why I really want to begin to work with you all in moving energy, moving the blockages so that you really begin to experience yourself as energy. Timelines are a field of possibilities, of potential. And we need to remember that so that if we are on a path, on a trajectory that we're not really, like, I'm not really feeling this, I feel stuck, nothing's moving, it's not the experience I wish to be creating or to be experiencing, because sometimes we forget we're creating it. We have to understand, okay, so now I have to begin to bring my awareness back in. I have to begin to vision what it is that I truly wish to create. In that visioning, we bring in the emotions, the feelings, the knowing that all possibilities exist, like it's already been created for you. All timelines exist. We just need to decide which timeline we want to be on. Yes, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes like our commitment to ourselves. But that is the most beautiful thing we could ever do, is decide to really dedicate this life journey, each one of us, to our growth, to our evolution, to our remembering. It's not meant to be work. It's meant to be discovery. We are transcending limiting patterns and beliefs. So remember, our choices matter. Every single choice we make, it matters, it counts. We have to understand too that these timelines that have been created are not just based on us, it's also based on world views. And the more that we are immersed in the views of others, the more we stay in that timeline. This is why breaking free from the news, from social media, from all of these things, find where you get distracted, find where you disconnect, and you actually, that's where, it's amazing when because I even catch myself doing it too a lot, is, I get on Facebook and I start scrolling and all of a sudden it's like, what am I doing? Where is my energy going? It's now totally out, focused on other things it shouldn't be focused on, instead of staying in where I'm maintaining a higher vibration. I'm not slipping and losing it. But you see, distraction is part of the thing that separates us. It's part of the illusion. It's part of the thing that keeps us from discovering our superpowers, from our sovereignty. And so we have to begin to notice, where do I get distracted? Where do I begin to believe in the views of others more than I believe in the view of myself? Where have social beliefs conditioned me? What is it that I need to begin to examine? What personal beliefs am I holding on to that are contributing to this experience? And then begin to explore these beautiful alternatives that can begin to open up to you. So if I was already creating that, which you are, we're always deciding who we're going to be in the next moment based on the moment before, the choices we've made previously. So it's really important that we have a vision for ourselves, that we have a desire for ourselves, but not a desire that we cling to, a desire that we know that we're feeling the energy, the expansion, the calling to move towards it, but taking the steps and honoring it. And again, this is such a sacred journey. And at some point we begin to understand this and we begin to remember this. And then it is easier to serve the soul rather than the personality. Pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on in your day. Pause. Really begin to set your phone as a reminder, to go off maybe every hour if you can. It's just a quick pause, checking in with my energy. Where am I? Am I feeling expanded? Am I holding a higher vibration? If I am, what am I doing? Notice where you're getting, lost in time and you're in the flow and it feels so good. And then also when the timer goes off, notice, what are the thoughts I'm thinking? Am I feeling contracted? Who am I with? Where is my energy? Now, if you notice that you're splatting and that you were contracting, this is where you get to use your power. It becomes very empowering when we begin to remember that I can shift this. I can shift this with presence. I can shift this with breath. I can shift this through music, through movement, through nature, through journaling. Use whatever you have to use in the moment to move you beyond it, because that's where we begin to realize nothing outside, including the divine at the beginning, doesn't change anything for us. What changes is we change, and then we begin to feel the vibration, because the vibration of source energy, of creator energy, is always in us. It's never not there. We are just not recognizing it and can't access the support, the love. When we're so in resonance, we're more in alignment and more can come to us. It's not that it's saying no to you. It's that you are saying no to you. In some way, we are blocking ourselves from accessing our full potential, our greatest depths of being. And each one of us here is here to experience that, to remember that. So we have to begin to intentionally shift your energy. Find the ways. Meditation doesn't have to be long. Meditation can just be pausing and breathing and imaging something different and feeling the energy of your soul. Feeling that. Maybe even starting your day and where are you guiding me? What do you want me to know? And so that's what happens when we can maintain a higher vibration, and we can maintain it much longer than we go back into the pattern to the lower vibrational states. Your aura changes, and so when your aura changes, it attracts different experiences and different outcomes to you, which means when we're in a high vibrational field of loving energy, of unconditional energy, of kindness and softness and opening, of course, we're going to receive more of that too, so that we can amplify. We have to remember that desire is a beautiful thing. It is something, as long as we don't let desire take us away and be so consumed with it that it is now managing us, but we let desire and passion be the thing that feeds our creativity, that will really truly shift your timeline. It will propel you into a totally different experience of yourself, because you are now honoring, rather than looking at something past version of you, you are actually allowing yourself to step in to your sacred power, to fill that, to nurture that. And then what is it I need to do? What is the next step? And every day, taking one step, even if it's small. We don't have to shift things immediately. We only have to let the universe know, our higher self know, that we are doing something. And that's all it takes, is committing to ourselves and not sabotaging and not putting everything else as more of a priority, because then we just stay in that timeline. We stay stuck. And this is where it gets hard. I can tell you this week, I moved beyond a really big piece with fear, because I haven't been feeling that well and I've had a lot of pain. And I had to move beyond, okay, if this was my last day, if this is something that's going to be told, that I have something that, you prepare. At first I was in fear, and then it was like, no, I'm so grateful that I came here, that I remembered, and that I experienced. I think by me simply allowing and letting go and accepting and being grateful for no matter what, there was a shift and something opened. And so since then, I don't need to go into all the details, but I will say one of the pieces that came through is that I know energetically, if I don't deal with whatever it is, the medicine will not help. So in my dream last night, a previous teacher of mine came through. He told me to journal. He told me I'm storing all my pain here and that I need to journal. I need to get all the emotions out, and journaling will be the way to help me express rather than just thinking in my mind. And I even caught myself, something was rising up, and then I noticed that I wasn't really wanting to go into it. And so then I pushed it down again. And I think this is what we do over and over, and we're not aware. The timing may be off, we're not prepared to deal with that emotion. And so we numb, we watch TV, we distract, we do something to divert. And in order to really heal, we have to honor and acknowledge all things. And remember, healing is so much deeper than just what you recall in this lifetime. As we heal these layers, we go deeper and deeper and deeper. And because our original wound comes from our separation from Source. So we're all trying to go back to our remembrance that we are one with Source energy. And until we heal that and really move back into that, there is always going to be pieces that are going to be revealed. But then when we become aware that these pieces are serving and that they are, the holy answer is coming to me. They are the answer. It's the doorway, it's the portal, it's the opening. And we take that opening, we walk through it, and we allow and trust and receive. The more that you can remember that this is a sacred journey, the more it will shift your expectation of what life is supposed to be. Because you understand that this is the soul's journey rather than the personality, because the personality is the one that gets so distracted and has its sense of self-worth based in the personal self, in the ego. And our true self knows its worth.